Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Overflow once again. I'm Rashida Ahmed, and come on into my Goddess Lounge. Welcome to part two of this video of getting into your feminine energy for business and your professional settings, and what are some of the areas in which we can be focusing on and looking at, and they're not always the ways in which you think. So, if you haven't done so already, you can go ahead and take a look at part one, where I speak about healing some of the wounds that we may have when it comes to getting into your feminine energy and embodying your feminine energy. And I don't even really like to say getting into your feminine energy because you always are existing in your feminine energy. It's really, how do I get to embody this more of the time? Really looking at how do I get, if you're life, and if your choice is to exist in your feminine energy, say 75% of the time, and do 25% of the time of into your masculine, then what are some of the barriers that are in the way of you getting to that number? And if you are already there, then great, girl, keep going. But it's really allowing yourself to look at the ways in which you can embody this energy of yours that is powerful, that is potent, that is magnetic, that is spiritual, that is healing, um, that is transformational in your business life, in your professional life, because more and more women are living a life where they are professionals, where they are business owners, where they are entrepreneurs, where they are supporting someone else who's in that space. And so being in your feminine energy will be helpful for every asset and every facet that you exist in and that you get to touch in your life. So part two, we're going to be talking about your dream space and going into the dream space and really allowing yourself to stay in that place in your mind and in your body, so that way you can bring forth truly your desires of your heart. And I really want us to talk a little bit about the time to rest and time to slow down, and allowing that to be where you step into your dream space. Being in my feminine energy as a business owner, I have been a business owner for several years now. I have been full time in my business for over, oh my, I think I'm going on 3 years being full time in my business. Previously, before that, I was always working somewhere else, employed somewhere else, and then doing my business on the side, and really interacting with my business from that perspective. And since after the pandemic, or actually during the pandemic, if I'm being completely transparent, is when I decided to take my business full time and to dedicate my entire energy and presence to building what I know and believe is my gift, my purpose, and one of the reasons why I was placed here on this earth. And so that came to me because I had opportunities and time to rest and to dream and to slow down. And these are some of the areas that our feminine energy loves to be in. Giving yourself opportunities to rest. And rest doesn't always mean sleep, but it can. And I want us to start to open our minds to the ways in which rest can find your life, the ways in which relaxation can find your life, and really allowing yourself to be okay with the seemingly impossible dreams that you have. I'm not sure if you're anything like myself. Throughout your life, throughout your journey, somewhere along the line, you were told, or you heard, or you received that what you wanted and what you needed was not of importance. That what you want, what you needed, wasn't worthy, wasn't worth it. And so if you are coming from a background of where that may have been a underlining story showing up in your world, the dream space is what allows us to reconnect to what we believe and what we actually truly want for ourselves. And so taking the time to rest, and the rest could be meditation, rest could be sleep, rest could be going for a walk, rest could be so many different instances where you can find opportunities for rest. And rest really is allowing your mind and body and spirit to come into alignment with one another. Oftentimes, we are moving at a pace in life and in the world that doesn't always allow for our mind, body, and spirit to be in alignment. And so rest allows spaces to start slowing down. It allows you to actually speed up, your processing and your healing. If you want to heal, one of the ways that we always hear when someone is unwell, or if someone has had a surgery, or if you've had some sort of medical procedure that required, intensive work, one of the recovery prescriptions you always receive is rest. And why is that? Because rest allows us to heal. Rest allows us to heal. And oftentimes people don't like to say the word heal. Um, for fear of ramifications. But what is there to be afraid of by declaring that you are being healed? Like, really and truly, when we think about, some of the stories and narratives that have gotten in our way, that's one of them. I can actively and proudly say that I am healing, and I have healed from certain things. I have literally healed certain disorders, diseases that were in my body, and not just even in my own body, in the bodies of those around me. That's how potent this feminine energy can be, that it can send out healing vibration, and others are then healed. You know, um, I really think it's important for us to allow ourselves the gift of dreaming. And that might be through actual dreams when you are asleep. That might be through dreams as you daydream. As a young girl, I was a girl who daydreamed a lot. In class, I would be, in my own world, my own space, my own universe. And that was not always celebrated. In fact, that was actually demonized. That was actually promoted as a downfall, a reason why I would not be successful in life, because, oh, she's always dreaming. She's always in her head. And I want to free you and liberate you that it is okay to exist and live in the dreamland. It is okay to exist and live in your head. The feminine energy, when you embody it, it allows you to move from in the dreamland into your body and be grounded and back up. And it really allows you to have that power and control to dictate where your energy gets to be today. Okay. So really giving yourselves opportunities to dream. I'm a huge practitioner, I should say, of yoga nidra. I love to sit and allow my body to find stillness and rest. Um, that could be lying down, that could be sitting up, that could be even 5 minutes. Sometimes it can go for up to an hour. Like, it's really up to whatever your timing allows, right? But giving yourself the time to rest and to dream will allow you to embody your feminine energy, because your feminine energy wants to continue to speak to you. And oftentimes, one of the first ways that we understand and can perceive our feminine energy is in our dream world. It's in our dream space. If you are a person who has visions, who has, clairvoyancy gifts, if maybe you are a clairaudient and you can hear things, you can feel things that others cannot, recognize that this is the dream space. This is the dream realm that you are very comfortable existing in. And the more you play there, the more you stay there, is the more you get to embody your feminine energy. And that shows up in ways of business and in professional. For example, I have done partnerships, I have done collaborations, I have done connections with other companies and other brands over the years that I have been doing this work. And it is through the dream space that I have materialized and brought all of these to life. Because I have dreamt something, I have felt something, I envisioned myself, I had a moment when I felt, what would it be like to be on this stage? What would it be like to teach this class? What would it be like to speak to these kinds of people? And then in that dream, I've been able to bring it in the physical. But so I encourage you to allow yourself to go unapologetically into your dream space. There is no dream that is too wild, that is too crazy, that is too impossible, that cannot happen. If you can dream it, it can be real. And I say this because oftentimes we will cloud our dream space with worries, with fears, with doubts, with apprehensions. We will cloud our dream space with those sort of energies. And so when we rest, when you are rested, you have much more peaceful, you have much more genuine dreams and visions that are clear to what you want in your life because you are rested. Our bodies are an amazing, amazing, amazing thing. And when we don't give ourselves the opportunities to truly rest, that gets in the way of how we can dream. They are so closely and deeply connected. And so I encourage you to find ways to relax, to find ways to visualize more for yourself, regardless of if it feels like it might be impossible. Oh, that can happen for someone like me, or that's more so for those kinds of people. I encourage you to be bold and dream anyways. Okay, I encourage you to be bold and dream anyways. Because that dream space is what's going to help you to be in your feminine energy. So really allow yourself the opportunities to rest. Create an environment in your life where rest is celebrated. I understand sometimes where that might not always be very easy, I'm sorry, to do. That might be difficult. I grew up in a household where, sitting down and doing nothing, that was not that was not allowed. What was that? That was being lazy. That was wasting your time, wasting your life. There were ways in which that was portrayed in my community, in the circles, in the family, in the structures that I grew up in and existed in. And so when I began to cultivate a life where I can have rest as a not afterthought, but literally as the thing that powers the rest of my life, I had to come up against, and I still do come up against those narratives, those stories, because really what that is shame, right? And so that's the energy that wants to keep you from resting, that wants to keep you in productivity mode, going mode. If I'm being honest with you, I used to say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And that isn't sleep, my loves. That is death. I had to come to recognize that that is not rest, honey. That is death. I am no longer going to be able to bring the things to life that I know that I could, that I have dreamt of when I'm no longer alive, love. And so having to recondition my own mind, my own energy, that sleep is not something to be rewarded. Sleep is not something that I have to earn. Sleep is literally the thing that powers the rest of my life. I want to encourage you to open the door to rest. Open the door to rest. And that might be starting off with just, creating a little bit of a wind down routine for yourself at night. You know, maybe that's spending a little time in communion with your spirituality in the morning. Um, you know, really opening your mind to what rest could be for you. And I encourage you to open that door, because when we open the door to rest, our dream space starts to flourish. And from there, from the desires of your heart, does flow your life. And so when our heart is filled with worries and concerns and doubts and negativities and pain and all of these other things that are heavy and that don't allow us to have the deep soul fulfilling rest, I encourage you to find ways in which you can embody rest more in your life. I live a life now that I didn't know was possible, in terms of rest, in terms of moving in slowness, in terms of allowing relaxation to be the power of my life. I plug in to relaxation. I charge up in relaxation. My day starts when I have gone to bed. Okay, that's when my day starts. Not when I woke up. When I have gone to bed, my day starts. When I am asleep, my day is continuing because I am dreaming, because I am being, I am downloading, I am connecting energetically. For those of you who have ever had a dream where you are telepathic with someone else, that is powerful stuff. You are doing powerful things in the spiritual world, in your dreamland, in your space of rest. And so I encourage you to start to look at that. Your day starts when you've gone to bed. And when you arise from your sleep, arise from your rest, is when you get to walk into the work that you have already done. Isn't that freeing to think about? Isn't that liberating to think about? That as you arise, half of your work is already done? Ah, like, come on. And so if that seems even like that's impossible for your life, I dare you. I dare you to consider it. Just for once. What would it be like to recognize that when you plug and when you turn down for rest, you actually plug in and charge up the rest of your life? Okay? And so get into the dream space, allow yourself to be, completely open and just free with where your dreams could take you in this world. Okay? And just allow that to be the energy that exists for you, because I'm telling you, it shows up in your business and professional life. It will start changing the things in which you now interact with on your waking day-to-day basis. It changes it. It may not be immediate. It may not be immediate. And I think that oftentimes that is one of the areas that stop folks from embodying their feminine energy to the extent in which they choose to, is because they believe that as soon as I get into my feminine energy, it's all going to be automatic. It's all going to be instantaneous. It's all going to be just, everything is just going to be magnetized to me. Buckets of money are going to roll over to me. My Prince Charming is going to walk through the door. Not always the case. I'm not going to tell you that it's not possible. have been the recipient of things that I have been like, how did that show up in my life? So I'm not going to sit here and tell you it is not possible. But I do want to encourage you to allow your dream space to unfold slowly for yourself. If you are looking to live a more slow, embodied life, definitely connect with me. This is the way in which I choose to exist. I don't run on nobody else's time but my own and God's. And not even my own, to be perfectly honest with you, because my time sometimes is even too fast for God. So if I'm being perfectly honest with you, being in my feminine energy allows me to really remain in divine timing and order. Oftentimes we're running a race and we're just going too fast. And when we allow ourselves to drop into our dream space, that allows us to exist in a life and experience that brings things that we truly want, what we truly want into our life. I want to shift a little bit from out of our dream space and just discuss a little bit about honoring the masculine. I know we're talking about being in your feminine energy and existing in your feminine energy and embodying that energy while in business and while in your professional settings. But I would be remiss if I did not speak about honoring your masculine as well. Honoring that energy within you that does like to get stuff done, that is a go-getter, that you know what, that can make it happen at the drop of a hat. Please honor that energy within you. Please do, especially if you are a woman who has been living and existing in her masculine energy for a good portion of her life. It would be neglectful. It would be rude. It would be disrespectful, actually, to just cast aside your masculine energy as if it has not been looking after you and protecting you and providing for you all this time in whatever functions it has been doing so, whether that be professionally or in your business life. Because you are now making a choice to embody your feminine energy more, one of the ways that choice does it helps to honor your masculine, honor your journey, honor what has gotten you here, honor the stories that you have been telling yourselves, whether they weren't necessarily, positive or helpful. Honor them nonetheless, because every one of those aspects were created to help you be who you are today. And so when you can honor that, you release the shame of who you once were, so you can truly embody who you are today with love. It makes no sense to embody your feminine energy, but hate your masculine energy. You are not truly embodying yourself with love. And that is the energy that is healing. That is the energy that is transformational. That is the energy that is magnetic. That is the energy that changes atmospheres, that literally brings experiences and opportunities into your world that you didn't even know were possible for you yet. And so I encourage you to honor your masculine and honor the masculines around you. How can you be a little bit more soft with your masculine side? How can you be a little bit more soft with the masculines in your life? How can you remove some of the harshness, some of the anger that you may have or that you may feel towards your masculine side or the masculines in your life? And that goes back to in our first video when I spoke about the wounds that prevent us from really embodying our feminine energy, because we can get there, but then the wounds will help drag us right back out. And so in honoring your masculine, you also help honor the wounds and help to heal them in a way where they no longer impact your future endeavors, where they no longer impact what you do later in life. And so I encourage you to honor the masculines. And that could be doing things like creating structures for your business and for your professional life. How do you want to show up for yourself? If you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, what does a typical day look like for you? Not what the gurus told you. What does that day look like for you? What time do you want to get up? How often do you want to meet with clients? How often do you want to produce your products? Where do you produce your products? Creating structures that feel good for you helps you honor your masculine, because your masculine still is necessary. It is necessary for your success and for your thriving. The masculine is necessary for you to be all that you can be. You can embody and exist and live out into your feminine energy and your masculine energy will be right there by your side. Okay, so honoring this energy by creating structures that make this energy, your masculine energy, feel good, feel more productive, are the ways in which you get to embody your feminine energy more. You know, I like to honor my masculine energy with grounding, being grounded in nature, being grounded and feeling that I'm anchored in something bigger and higher than myself. And that might just be me putting my bare feet on some grass and feeling the earth's vibration, the earth that is much greater and bigger than myself, and feeling that energy beneath me. My masculine energy then understands, we are not alone. I don't have to do this all on my own. I am connected to something bigger than myself. And then my masculine energy knows that, okay, I have a partner in my feminine energy. We can work together as a team. We are no longer warring against one another, but we are a team within myself. I really believe that one of the ways to embody your feminine energy to your highest and truest form is to create harmonization with your masculine energy as well. And in doing that, you need to honor it. You need to honor your masculine energy and honor the masculines in your life or those around you. Even if it's just, you're walking into a store and a gentleman holds the door open for you to come in. Thank you. Honor the masculines in your existence. Honor them. Show appreciation, show respect, show love and attention to this energy within yourself and those around you, because that helps the feminine within you to thrive. She feels safe. She feels comfortable. She feels that she knows that she can just be because her masculine is feeling good. And so I encourage you to open your mind on how you can honor the masculine within you and honor the masculines outside of your life, whether that be your partner, your children, your parents, your friends, your siblings, whoever. How can you show honor to the masculine and the masculine energy that is in your life? I truly believe that as feminine beings, for those who want to exist and embody their feminine energy more often than their masculine, I believe this power can shift atmospheres. It can change an energy in an entire house. It can change an energy in an entire community. So I encourage you and I invite you to open your mind into how you can allow yourself to honor the masculine within you and the masculines in your life, and also allow yourself to rest into that dream space, rest into a place of relaxation, rest into knowing that all is well. All is well. If you believe it, it will be so. It is that powerful. And if you don't see it right away, that's okay. Keep saying it again. Keep believing again. Renew yourself once again. In this space, in this mindset, in this heart set, this is what transforms your business. This is what allows opportunities. This is what allows income. This is what allows support. This is what allows the manifestations of your dreams to come true. Of your dreams, not the ones that were given to you, not the ones that were placed upon you, but the ones that come truly from your heart. Because that's where the feminine energy resides. It resides in the heart. And so when you allow the heart to speak, everything else in life follows suit. So I hope again that this has been a space of reflection, of confirmation, of encouragement, of inspiration, that you too can live a life where you can dream, that you can vision, that whatever gifts that you have been given are to be honored. I hope that you can look back at your past experiences and the ways in which you have operated in this world with love and compassion and empathy towards yourself and to others. I pray that you can find forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness for others that maybe have created some of these wounds in your life, or have created some of the barriers for you in embodying who you truly want to be. I pray that you really experience the transformation that love can really do. That when you open up that feminine energy, that you can experience that transformation, that um the covering and the softness that energy provides. I pray that is something that you open yourself to, and that you allow in even more, even more, even more. Be open. So, thank you again for joining me in my Goddess Lounge. Please share this video with someone who would find this of value and would find this of transformation for them, that would be healing to them. Please share. Please be open to removing the blocks in your own life and sharing what has been working for you with others. I thank you again for coming in and for listening. And I pray that you know, and that you feel, and that you know, that all is well. That you may rest in your feminine energy, that you may embody this energy, that you may be empowered by this energy, and great and wonderful things will come from that. Thanks again. Bye for now.